Skadetch, wagwan, bless up all my viewers, all my subscribers out in the world. Hope you all doing well. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell if you haven't as yet. So we have coming up in the topics right here, the highlights of Vybz Kartel concert last night, which took place in Atlanta. We see Masicka perform, 21 Savage, a lot of artists, Spice as well, and Black Rhino. You see me? So stay tuned for that. We have the highlights also right here. Buju Banton tells promoter no more exploitation after 150,000 euros Summer Jam fee revealed. Also, we're gonna get into some updates as it relates to squash case. It's like some people after seeing this news, I see them say it is more serious now. Also, Beenie Man and Vybz Kartel book for the same event coming up in this summer. We see Beenie Man react. Also, Vybz Kartel endorse the event same way. Also, we see Sizzla address promoter in Trinidad saying that Sizzla was asking for the same price as Vybz Kartel. This come after we see a lot of news circulating, a lot of controversy circulating around the show. So stay tuned.
Yo, Reggae Media TV, badder than everything we're bad, and we madder than everything we're mad.
So last night, it was all about Vybz Kartel show in Atlanta. We see Masicka went up to perform, joining Vybz Kartel on stage. We're gonna get into that. And as we mentioned, we see Beenie Man and Vybz Kartel book for Summer Jam this year. As you can see, Beenie Man endorsed the event right here. Yes, people, all eyes on Beenie. Then put it out and we see Beenie Man looking forward to this one this summer. Also, Vybz Kartel book for the show and we see Vybz Kartel endorse this one of his upcoming Europe show for his tour. So last night, Vybz Kartel completed his 4th solo arena show in the United States, headlining the Reggae Fest tour at Atlanta's State Farm Arena, which holds 16,000 people at capacity for NBA games. The dancehall icon thrilled a packed crowd with 2 decades of hardcore hits. Right here, check out the highlights.
Radio, so in his honor, if he was here tonight, I'm going to tell you what, this is the sound we will sing.
But now we are ready to win it. And we need some more guys. Right.
When we work, makes them work. We are not going to do nice, baby. Do nice.
Yo, it's a tape. Remember, Gaza and a rape. See man yeah, people, look on him. With the black stage, you know who that? Rowan Butler that. Man that you introduced me to Bounty Killer. So you think I could have named town? And him don't forward around. Shoot me black, I'm brown. I'm give me crown. And the violate? Yeah. What this under me nose? I'm out.
So Buju Banton tells promoter, no more exploitation after 150,000 euros Summer Jam fee revealed.
Buju is asking for crazy money, and since he went out of prison, he just wants to do big stadiums or big arenas in the US. But he just came for one show. The first show was in Summer Jam in Germany, and he got paid 100,000 euros. 150,000 euros. It's crazy money. So the thing is that Buju Banton, he doesn't want to tour anymore in Europe.
Because the
He
money
doesn't
isn't
want.
there.
He doesn't want to tour because he pretends to get paid, 20,000 per night, and it's impossible in Europe.
Alright, so credits to Yardman Podcast, episode 68. Big them up, as you can see right here, Buju Banton responds saying, no more exploitation, boss. That is what we see Buju put out in reaction. So we see some fans reacting as well, according to World Music Views. Julian Francisco Garcia Masibo, a well-known European promoter, says reggae music may be going extinct in Europe. On an episode of Yardman Podcast, episode 68, Masicka argues that the decline of reggae in Europe is partially due to top-tier Jamaican artists refusing to adapt to the region touring realities. The Spain-based promoter revealed that Beres Hammond, one of the genre's most respected veterans, can pull up to 1,000 fans in a European venue but often requests high performance fees and a traveling entourage of up to 19 people. Masicka hinted that such demands make it increasingly difficult for Europe promoters to remain profitable. He added that other big-name reggae artists are now hesitant or unwilling to tour Europe altogether, something he believes is accelerating the genre's decline on the continent. His comment, posted on TikTok, sparked a sharp response from Grammy-winning artist Buju Banton, who responded bluntly, "No more exploitation, boss." Buju Banton previously earned €150,000 for a Summer Jam performance in 2019, according to Masicka. The reggae legend has since prioritized North American arenas where his 2024 Overcomer tour broke records, including a 4.5 million gross across the nights of UBS Arena in New York. So bless up people, right here we're gonna kick things off as Sizzla clarify promoter after he put it out that Sizzla asked for the same amount of money Vybz Kartel was charging. So addressing that, we see Sizzla put out a press release right here, clearing up some things surrounding the One Caribbean Music Festival. As I can see, the statement, Sizzla did not tell the promoter to pay him what he paid the other artists that did not make it close to the show. That's a blatant lie. We simply said to the promoter in a meeting when he still didn't offer to pay us the 50% of our original contractual amount that he should pay us the 50% that he was going to pay the artist that was to headline the show and didn't appear, and I will headline the show. Despite our contract for 50% down payment, I had started the show with 10% down, which is not acceptable, all because of Trinidad, and you still didn't give us the 50% owed to us even at my arrival at the hotel. Despite all what took place, I genuinely think the promoter and sponsors did a very good job. It's just the headliner didn't appear. We sat in the hotel room waiting on the promoter to get back to us after the meeting, and he didn't. They left us standing there. So even if I was going to do the show without the other 50% owed to us, the promoter didn't get back to us the whole night. We waited and waited and nothing happened. I fell asleep, LOL. I'm still happy. I went to the studio and compiled my album with some very new talented local acts. We are moving on. We love Trinidad. We love Trinidad. Meanwhile, Sizzla breaks silence about the controversial 1.35 million USD Vybz Kartel charge the Trinidad promoter. A lot of Vybz Kartel fans are saying that him deserve it. You know, look how long Vybz Kartel they are prison. But right here during a recent discussion with Richie B Radio, credits to Richie B Radio and big up Richie B on this right here, Sizzla say this about Vybz Kartel.
Maybe would be interested to hear what are your views on the way artists are charging money. Vybz Kartel is said was being paid 1.35 million US dollars. Do you see the popularity, the growth, and the respect for our music allowing more and more artists to be able to command that kind of revenue from performances going forward?
Well, artist to fan, fan to artist, yes, it's great. You know, the artists deserve every bit of their work. But naturally, we can't be charging our fans and going to them with this exuberant price. No, it's not fair to the fans. It's not fair to the promoter. It's not fair to the country. Or also overcharge, because when we overcharge, we're just basically chasing our fans away. You know, personally, I know, we're not going to take under what we truly deserve, but at the same time, we can't overcharge the people because the fans, they're really loving people and they love the artists. And we don't know what they've experienced throughout their lifetime coming up. A lot of them being inspired by our music. So it's not just about money. It's about the moral for the people and the duty and the down unto us, because the people, they're looking towards us for that redemption, for that salvation, because they remember Bob Marley, Peter Tosh. They know what the reggae music does for them. So for us to be charging them in this time total amount of money where they can't afford the tickets at times, it's really heartbroken.
So before Sizzla came out saying that he didn't ask the promoter for 1.35 million USD, some people were saying all type of things about Sizzla. Some people were saying that him a pocket watch, while some people are saying that Sizzla no deserve that either. We see right here popular TikToker One Kevin saying that any other artist for ask with that amount of money is Popcorn, reacting to the news right here.
Popcorn have gangster tune. New York people love him. New Jersey people love him. Connecticut people love him. Popcorn can charge $1 million. Me no see the other artists we can do it. Cause me hear one look enough ear face boy. I say which one of we artists can charge that? Let me give you the answer. Youth. Popcorn can do it. I wanna underestimate the artists them. And the underestimated artists them we underestimate themselves. Some of these underestimate themselves. Some of them artists here underestimate themselves. Because they could have been doing this a long time ago. Charging the type of money Vybz Kartel charge. I don't care what you want to say. If you want me in your city, it a go cost you a couple milli. US dollar we can't fit in your billy. You never hear the man say it. Kartel no beat no bush. Trinidad did not expose Vybz Kartel for doing the charging the price that he charged. Cause he speak about what he got from Joe and him said nobody else can pay him. Remember when the man come out of jail, you know? The man said the only person can pay him, what him a go charge, is Joe. Not Leng. Cause Leng no like pay. So the man never have no trust in a Leng fi say, give Leng the first show. Or the second. Or the third. Him not have nothing in him say about give Leng no show. Alright? So Kartel now go Leng because him know say Leng cheap. Leng can't pay him. Right? And badness now run this world no more. Remember that Joe came out and said Reggae Soundfest, the king will be crowned in Reggae Soundfest. So there's a king that's going to be crowned at Reggae Soundfest. And that a Kartel. All the fight wanna fight the man. All I uno are beneath the man. I uno. I wanna do it. Cause everybody else worldwide love Kartel. And we are the only one where bring down Kartel. Kartel never hide in price. Kartel never hide in price. Anyway, Kartel go, Kartel basically hear out in price. Him not hide it. Because him want to know if he know say, had this him charge. And me see people are come out and talk about, well, if Kartel is charging this, then them person are going to charge it and them not going to get no fucking date, idiot. Them not going to get no date. Because if you're going to raise the price for me, you're going to have to make sure that you can actually give me the people in my party to make me make my money back.
So federal prosecutors take charge of squash case. In a recent news right here by Nationwide, a recent article came out that the case of dancehall entertainer Squash has taken a turn with federal prosecutors stepping in to take over the matter. The entertainer, whose given name is Andre Maurice Whitaker, will now have to defend himself in a federal court after the original charges in Miami were dropped. Our US-based correspondent William Mitchell has been tracking the story and files this report. Squash criminal case in Miami-Dade County is over, but It's not good news for the entertainer as he is now in hot water with federal prosecutors. Presiding Judge Ariel Rodriguez agreed with the prosecution's request to close the case on Wednesday, June 5th. At the time, Squash was in the middle of an arraignment hearing. It's understood that Squash arraignment was halted in the local courts when federal prosecutors stepped in and announced they intended to take charge of the case. On March 26, the self-styled Six Boss entered a plea of not guilty. He also requested that he receive a jury trial. Under American law, the arraignment is the first step of determining if a felony charge will head to trial. That trial is now appear to set to take place at the federal level. The charges of possession of a modified firearm and carrying a concealed weapon without a permit have been officially dropped. In their place are two new charges, one count of being an alien in the possession of a firearm or ammunition and one count of unlawful possession of a machine gun. Our source in the state's attorney's office in Miami says the new federal charges carry stiffer penalties than the original local charges. Each charge can land you up to 10 years in prison. Both also carry a mandatory minimum sentence of 15 years if there are previous convictions. If convicted of being an alien in possession of a firearm, you also face a high probability of deportation. Our source also pointed out that it's not uncommon for federal prosecutors to request jurisdiction of a case as local and federal authorities work closely on several matters. Several queries from our news center put the law firm in Miami representing the entertainer have gone unanswered. When the entertainer was arrested in February this year, court and arrest records reveal a member of the Federal Bureau of Investigations had observed Squash being handed a black item believed to be a gun. When Squash and a second man, Zidane George Prescott, were stopped by police and consented to a search, the same black item, which turned out to be a modified Glock pistol, was found in the passenger side glove compartment of the car where the entertainer had been sitting. As of news time, it's unclear when the entertainer would be returning to court. For the time being, Squash remains as a guest of the Federal Bureau of Prisons at the Federal Detention Center in Miami. So Sizzla demanded same fee as Vybz Kartel, says Trinidad promoter. But financially for us, this was simply not something we had planned for. According to World Music Views, in the aftermath of a disastrous One Caribbean Music Festival held on May 31st, 2025, promoter Odion Anderson of Jacko Entertainment has broken his silence, revealing that reggae icon Sizzla withdrew from the event after requesting a fee equal to that of Vybz Kartel. In an exclusive Q&A with ETNT, Anderson explained that the withdrawal of Vybz Kartel, who was contracted for 1.35 million USD, triggered a financial and a logistical domino effect that caused several other acts to pull out. Although Sizzla was already in Trinidad and ready to perform, Anderson said his team was blindsided by the last-minute fee increase. Whilst I believe Sizzla is worth any price he calls and value him as an esteemed reggae icon and countryman, I could not in good conscience pay the new price just to have him save the day, knowing a significant portion of persons would be asking for refunds after the show, Anderson stated. According to Anderson, his team was prepared to pay Sizzla's originally agreed balance, but when the fee was suddenly increased, presumably to match or come close to Kartel's fee, the deal collapsed. Unfortunately, there was a request for significantly more, and when we could not meet the new demand on such short notice, they opted to withdraw. That was their right, but it was not the original agreement, he clarified. The incident has fueled widespread frustration among fans and attendees, many of whom paid high prices for tickets expecting performances from major headliners including Vybz Kartel, Sizzla, Malidan, and Molly. And this emphasized that aside from Chronic Law, no international acts took the stage, despite most receiving deposits. So, Vybz Kartel concert promoter fearful for his life. According to the Guardian TT, the promoter of the flop Adidja Vybz Kartel Palmer concert says he is now fearful for his life. Speaking with Guardian Media yesterday, Odion Anderson, who runs Jacko Entertainment, said he was now in trouble because he had to borrow money to fund the concert and is now finding difficulty to paying it back. Kartel said the fans get robbed, his supporters get robbed, I get robbed too because right now my life is in danger because of borrowing investors' money. I cannot pay it back. The shareholders have to get paid. Other service suppliers have to get paid. So my next step is to try to find common grounds to work it out, Anderson said. Police on Tuesday said it was looking into the financial dealings of Jacko Entertainment after it was revealed an initial $950,000 USD was paid to Kartel to headline last Saturday's One Caribbean Music Festival. Palmer was contracted for a total of 1.35 million USD to perform at the concert, which also featured other foreign acts including Malidan, Russian, Sizzla Kalonji, Chronic Law, and Molly. However, after Kartel, Malidan, Russian, Sizzla, Molly pulled out of the concert citing contractual issues. Chronic Law was the only foreign act who performed. Anderson has defended how he sourced the U.S. funds for the foreign acts, saying it was done above board. Leading up to the concert, Defense Minister Wayne Sturge has raised concerns over some items on Kartel itinerary and debarred some of them, resulting in some of changes being made to the artist's intended schedule. Yesterday, Anderson said it was this that triggered Vybz Kartel's reluctance to come to the country. However, he argued that this should be addressed rather than Vybz Kartel abandoning his fans. My problem is not him cancelling. My problem is the time he do it. If he knew he was uncomfortable with the government restriction on him, I find weeks before or days before he could have said it and make a notice to the public. Well, I'm not comfortable performing in Trinidad at the moment because of the stance the government take, and I would make preparations to postpone the show to move forward, Anderson said. Despite Anderson's claim, Kartel had taken to social media indicating to his fans that he had no issues with the TNT government's action. The problem lies in where the promoter took it upon himself and tried to fill Vybz Kartel itinerary with things that had nothing to do with Vybz Kartel performance, and rightfully so, the defense minister pull the plug on that part of the itinerary, and there is no problem there because Vybz Kartel represent for Trinidad, represent for Jamaica, as a matter of fact, represent for the entire Caribbean. Yesterday, Anderson also said up to hours before the concert, he had offered to shuttle Kartel into the country via a private jet, but that was rejected, along with other factors to address Kartel's concern of the financial breach in his contract. Anderson said his attorneys had written to the attorneys representing the artists who failed to perform, requesting that they detail what were the supposed breaches in their contracts before proceeding. So Rihanna's net worth takes a hit. dips by 400 million US amid business setbacks, says Forbes report. According to Present Marketing right here, American business and financial magazine Forbes has reported a major shakeup in the financial portfolio of global superstar and business mogul Rihanna. The Barbadian icon's net worth has reportedly dropped by a staggering 29%, equivalent to a massive 400 million USD. The pop star fortune fell by 400 million amid setbacks at her key businesses. The article stated, despite the dip, Rihanna still holds a formidable spot at number 35 on Forbes 2025 list of America's richest self-made women. The sharp decline is largely attributed to major transitions within her Savage Fenty lingerie brand, including the departure of its CEO in August 2024, who left the helm Victoria's Secret simultaneously. Her flagship cosmetics brand Fenty Beauty, which she co-owns with luxury giant LVMH, is reportedly experiencing stagnant sales, while the brand expanded into the Chinese market last year. Forbes notes it entered during what LVMH described as a challenging environment. Nevertheless, Rihanna remains a force in fashion and beauty. Savage X Fenty unveiled a new bridal collection in April, and Fenty Beauty has been innovating, relaunching its cult favorite Body Lava and entering the new metaverse with the Fenty Beauty experiencing on Roblox. Rihanna also debuted a new line of mascaras to maintain her brand momentum. Away from business, the Diamonds hit maker continues to shine personally. Rihanna made headlines at the 2025 Met Gala when she revealed her third pregnancy alongside a longtime partner A$AP Rocky. While details remain private, the pop star has expressed hopes of welcoming a baby girl this time around. Even with her fortune slightly dented, Rihanna's cultural and entrepreneurial influence shows no signs of slowing down.
Yo, Reggae Media TV, badder than everything we bad, and we madder than everything we mad. Subscribe now, you hear that?